In the previous Revising Redux Basics lesson, we have seen how to use useEffect hook to make API call to display list of random users. However, using useEffect hook for making API call is not recommended in Redux, because your component should not know how you're getting data. The job of component is just to get data and display it on the UI. So in this lesson, you will see how to use Redux Thunk to handle API calls. So let's first install the Redux Thunk npm package, using yarn add redux-thunk command. You can also use npm install redux-thunk if you're using npm. So you will see Redux Thunk package added to your package.json file. Now, we can start the application using yarn dev or npm run dev command. So to use the Redux Thunk, we need to add it to our create store function. Let's first import the Thunk middleware from Redux Thunk package. You can call it Thunk or Redux Thunk as it's a default export. Now, instead of this line, we need to use the apply middleware function from the Redux package and pass Thunk as a parameter to it. Now, our store is configured with Redux Thunk and we can use it in our application to make asynchronous API calls. If you check the app.jsx file, you can see getUsersRequest function is called and then we're making API call using Axios inside the useEffect hook. So let's add a new getUsers function to make that API call. And here, we will move all the API call related code. And as we've configured the Thunk middleware in store, we can return a function from this function. And it will automatically receive a dispatch prop. We can paste the copied code here. As we're using await, we can mark this function as async. So now, this function we will call to get the users. Remember that this syntax of returning function with dispatch prop is allowed only because we're using Thunk as a middleware. Now, that's the code we need to make API call. Let's open the app.jsx file and instead of all of this code, we can just dispatch the getUsers function. Don't forget to dispatch it instead of just calling it. Now, you can see the component code is simplified a lot. Let's remove the unused code from here. Now, we're correctly calling getUsers function. Let's check the application now. We're getting something went wrong error. Let's find out the issue. We will add a console.log here so we will get the exact issue. So the issue is with Axios, as we forgot to import the Axios package. Now, you can see the users are getting displayed correctly. Now, let's check the Redux Dev Tools. As you can see, we're not able to see our own actions dispatched. This is because we need to configure the dev tools to work with Redux Thunk. So let's search for Redux Dev Tools in Google. If you click on this GitHub repository, you can scroll a bit and click on the installation and configuration link. So this was the previous code we used with basic Redux store. And now, as we're using a Thunk middleware, we need to use this code. Let's copy this compose line and import the compose from Redux. Now, you can see, we need to use compose enhancers and inside that we need to call the apply middleware. So let's do that. Now, you can see our actions are getting displayed in the Redux Dev Tools. So using Redux Thunk is the recommended way to make asynchronous API calls. If you want to learn more about middleware and Thunk in detail from scratch with advanced uses, you can check out my Redux course. You can find that course link below this video.